What kind of stuff are you using the axe for
Oh,
in
so the
survival
axe is
situation?
super important to chop through ice in a winter situation, which you probably hopefully won't need.
Hey,
But what I use an axe all the time for is when it's wet and rainy and you need to start a fire.
yeah.
Like it's hard to get to the middle of dry wood if just a knife or a saw. And so I can go out there, find a dead tall tree, dead standing tree, chop it down, split it apart, split it open, get to the dry wood on the inside, shave it some little curls, and have a fire going pretty fast. And so if I have an axe, I feel always confident that I can get a quick fire in whatever weather. And I wouldn't feel the same without it in that regard. So that's the main thing. Of course, you can use it. I use it if you're taking an animal apart, or if you're
Yes.
all kinds of what else? Building a shelter, skinning teepee poles, or whatever you're doing.
What's the use of a saw versus an axe?
I greatly prefer an axe. A saw, though, has its value goes up quite a bit when you're in hardwoods. Like when you're in a hardwood, oaks and hickory and things like that, they're a lot harder to chop. So a saw is pretty nice in those situations, I'd say. In those situations, I'd like to have both. In the Northwoods and in like more coniferous forests, I don't think there's enough advantages that a saw incurs. With a good axe, now you'll see people with little like camp axes and stuff, and they just don't think they like axes. It's like, well, you haven't actually tried to try a good one first and get good with it. The one thing about an axe, they're dangerous, so you need to like practice, always control it with two hands. Make sure you know where it's going to go. It doesn't hit you, or when you're chopping, like say you're creating something, that you're not doing it on rocks and stuff, so that you're doing it on top of wood, so that when you're hitting the ground, you're not dulling your axe. You got to be a little bit thoughtful about it.